this started. It's been a long time since I've done one of these. It's gonna be too hard on me. So, but today I'm gonna do a walk around on the 2015 Toyota Sienna van. And during the walk around, I'm gonna point out some of the features that are new on it for 2015. Go in a little more in depth on some of the safety features, explaining it so it's easy for the customers to relate to it and build a little bit of value into the vehicle. So the first thing is the Toyota Sienna minivan. There's 8 different models that are available with it. You got your L, you got your LE, you got your SE, XLE, and you have your Limited. Now for 2015, they added 3 different models to it. You have your SE Premium, you have your XLE Premium, and you have your Limited Premium. Now all the models except 3 of them are available with all-wheel drive. Your L, your SE, and your SE Premium, you cannot get all-wheel drive on. Now you also have 5 models where you can get 8 passenger seating in it. All the models can have that except for your L, your Limited, and your Limited Premium. Now today I'm going to actually do a walk around on the Sienna SE Premium model. The first thing, whenever you look at the vehicle, at least when I look at the vehicle, it's one of my personal favorites. When you look at the front of it and you also look at it from the side, you can tell it's something different. You see the aggressive styling on it. One thing that's new for 2015, they redesigned the headlights right here. They're smoked LED headlight, LCD, high intensity discharge headlights on there. And you also have LED driving lights on it. Now, one thing I want to grab your attention to that a lot of people don't pay any attention to is going to actually be your fog lights down here. Whenever you look at this vehicle from the front, the first thing you're going to notice is the fog lights actually sit out a little bit further than your headlights. The reason why Toyota did this, it gives you 84 degrees of wide range lighting. And the reason why you can appreciate having something like this, that's actually 54 degrees more than any other vehicle out there. Most of them is 33 degrees of angle as far as lighting. But let's say at night, you're driving the van, and I know all of y'all have noticed this already. Look at those wheels. Those are pretty nice wheels. Well, while you're driving at night and you're going to make a turn, don't you think having that wide angle view is going to help you keep from curb checking those nice rims? Because you can actually see to the corner before you turn. That's a class exclusive feature right there. No other minivan has that in its class. Now I'm going to go ahead and draw your attention to the motor here. There's only one motor that's available for all the Sienna vans. It's going to be a 3.5 liter dual overhead cam, dual variable valve timing with intelligence V6 motor. Now that sounds real complicated and extravagant, but basically what that's letting you know is that this motor is going to give you the most horsepower, best gas mileage, and lowest emissions at any given RPM. Now, for all you gearheads out there, if you want to get more technical about what that dual variable valve timing with intelligence actually does for the motor, basically it lets the motor adjust the intake and exhaust valves independently of each other at any given RPM. Basically, like I said, giving you the most horsepower, the best gas mileage, and the lowest emissions at any given RPM. Now with that technology, this vehicle here is going to produce, or engine is going to produce 266 horsepower at 6,200 RPM. It's going to give you 245 pound-feet of torque at 4,700 RPM. A lot of customers aren't going to want to know that information. Let's just say whenever you get on the gas, it's going to get out of its way. Now there's only one transmission that's available for all your Sienna vans, and that's going to be a 6-speed electronically controlled transmission with intelligence. Now, in this presentation, you're going to hear that word intelligence a couple of times with Toyota. And basically what that is this transmission is smart enough to adapt to your driving situation and how you drive the vehicle. and it's also smart enough to know whenever you're in the incline. I know everybody at one point in time has been in a vehicle to where you've been on an incline and going up like Las Cruces or something, and the transmission keeps searching for what gear it needs to be in. That's kind of annoying. At least for me, it's very annoying when the transmission doesn't know what gear it needs to be in. Well, Toyota took care of that problem with the intelligence of the transmission. It knows when you're on the incline, so it knows what gear you need to be in. So you don't have that annoying going searching for which gear it needs to be in, and also it will help your gas mileage on that. Now the next thing I want to bring up, everybody's heard about crumple zones on the vehicle. So I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time talking about crumple zones or how you have breakaway motor mounts whenever you get into a front end collision. There is one thing that I want to bring to your attention that a lot of people do not tell customers. See these little hooks right here on the side? On both? Well, let's say if the Sienna van didn't have those hooks on it, and let's say you get in a severe front-end collision. Yes, your crumple zones are going to operate how they're supposed to. Yes, your breakaway motor mounts are going to do their job. But what about the hood? Yeah, it's going to crumple up, but there's nothing holding this part of the hood down. So what's going to happen is if it's a severe enough accident, that hood's going to go straight through the windshield, and it's going to decapitate its driver and front passenger. Now, Toyota's thought about that. Now, that's why they have these little safety hooks right here. So whenever this thing crumples up, those hooks are going to actually grab onto these things down here to where it grabs the back of this hood, and it just accordions up. It does not go through your windshield. You keep your head. I think that's a pretty important feature right there. And that's one of the reasons why you're going to pay a little bit more for a Toyota vehicle. Now, the next thing I'm going to go to is, I'm going to go ahead and pay a little bit of attention here to the wheel. Let's just stop and just look at the whole vehicle right now. Those wheels look pretty good on it. Is there any other minivan that you've seen that actually has those kind of wheels on it? It's one of my personal favorite vehicles for Toyota. But when you're looking at the vehicle right here too, is there anything else you notice that's a little bit different about it, besides the nice sexy lines of it and everything else? Can anybody point anything out?
The chrome.
Let me point this out to you. What did I not hit right there? An antenna wire. What Toyota did on the antenna wire is it's actually molded right into the back window here. So it gives you a nice smooth line. It also helps with the drag coefficient of the vehicle. For your gearheads out there, if you want to know what it is, it's 0.309 for a front wheel drive vehicle, and it's 0.308 for an all-wheel drive. Why the difference for the all-wheel drive, I don't know, but that's the numbers Toyota states. But it can definitely cut through the air, and it also helps with the gas mileage, which I didn't mention before on this. The gas mileage for a front wheel drive Sienna van is going to be 18 city, 25 highway with a combined MPG of 21. Now, for the security and safety of all-wheel drive, you only lose 2 miles per gallon. It's going to be 16 city, 23 highway with a combined of 19. In my opinion, 2 miles per gallon is worth losing for the added safety and security of all-wheel drive in any driving situation. Would y'all also agree on that too? All right. Back to the front of the vehicle, what I was going at is, yes, you can tell I like the Sienna van, and I do like these wheels on there. But I want to concentrate on your suspension on here. You have an independent McPherson strut front suspension with gas-filled shocks with an internal rebound spring on them. You're also going to have sports tune coil suspension on here. All of that with a front stabilizer bar. All of that's connected to a 19-inch wheel on the SE model. For your rear suspension on here, you're going to have the torsion beam rear suspension with your sports tune coil springs, with also a rear stabilizer bar. Now, if y'all haven't ever driven one of these SE minivans, I advise you to do it, because it's going to change your impression on what you think a minivan how it should drive. I forgot, because it's been a long time since I've actually taken one out and driven it. I took one out yesterday morning to drive it just to get a feel on how the minivan feels and to help me do the presentation on it. And I can tell you right now, it feels like you're in a sports sedan, except you're just sitting a little bit higher up off the ground. And like you can tell, I really like the Sienna van. Now, one of the other features I want to point out, since you're at the front wheel, is you have power-assisted ventilated disc brakes on all four corners. One of the safety features or safety packs that I want to talk to you about is actually the Toyota Star safety system. Whenever you all mention that to your customers, what's the response that you get from your customers? When you mention it has the Toyota Star safety system.
No.
Exactly. What is it? Well, I'm going to break it down to you what the Toyota Star safety system is. First thing is you're going to get your vehicle stability control with traction control. You're going to get your ABS braking with brake assist and electronic brake force distribution. And the last feature that they also added to it is your smart stop technology. Now, all of that sounds good. Yes, if customers like hearing a lot of fancy stuff, that'll add value to the vehicle. But until I prove to them why you need that safety system on the vehicle, it really doesn't add any value to the vehicle. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to actually give you a real life scenario that could possibly happen, and I'm going to explain how each safety system is going to help you in that situation. Let's say it's a nice sunny day on Saturday. And well, actually not a sunny day, it just got through raining and you want to go up into the mountains. You got your family in the van with you, you're driving up, you're going around some twisty turns and stuff, and then out of the clear blue, once you come around the turn, there's been some big rocks that fell in the middle of your lane. You instantly turn the wheel to swerve and avoid all those rocks. Well, everybody panics for a minute, then you straighten out the van and everything, you continue going. Your wife, she congratulates you on your cat-like reflexes and your great control over the vehicle. But in the back of your mind, you know, that wasn't me, that was the Sienna van, that was the vehicle stability control help. But you don't have to tell them, you can take the credit yourself. But what happened in that instance, whenever you avoided that rock there, if the van happened to slide or do anything, and where it wasn't pointing in the direction that the steering wheel intended the vehicle to go, your vehicle stability control actually kicks in. It will apply brakes to any of the wheels it needs to. In some cases, we might even cut back the engine power to make sure that the van goes in the direction that you intended it to go. Now, after you avoided that, you keep on driving, and then let's say you come to a stop and it's kind of on an incline, and you have some mud down, so it's a little bit slippery. Well, you're gonna go ahead, once the light turns green or whatnot, and you go to accelerate, you go ahead and you accelerate, and the van just accelerates smoothly, no drama. Your wife congratulates you again on the great modulation of your foot control on giving it gas and accelerating without making an issue. Go ahead and pat yourself on the back. You don't have to tell them that there's actually on traction control on the vehicle that helps you. And what that does, it just helps you accelerate in a straight line whenever you're coming from accelerating from a stop. But, like I said, that's your secret. You don't have to tell them that. Now, while you're driving, y'all having a good time, and now you're going through a little, actually not a neighborhood, you're going through like a forest area, and then out of the clear blue, a little animal just runs right in front of you. Now, you panic, you slam on the brakes and you swerve and just barely miss that animal. Well, after your blood pressure goes back down and y'all continue your conversation, you get another compliment on your driving skill. Well, if we rewind that scene right there, I want to tell you exactly what happened with the vehicle when you did that. As soon as you realized that that animal was coming out and you applied your foot on that brake and the system sensed that you were doing a panic stop, your brake assist was activated. What that did is it went ahead and applied more braking force to the wheels to help you stop quicker. At the same time your brake assist was working, your ABS braking also kicked in as well. It made sure that your tires did not lock up, so you maintained steering control over the vehicle, so you was able to still maintain control and turn the vehicle and swerve and avoid hitting that animal. Now, in the background, out of all that going on, you also had your electronic brake force distribution that was working too. And it always works while you're applying the brakes on the vehicle. Basically what that is you have a sensor over each four wheel, and they monitor or they measure how much weight is over each four wheel. And it decides how much brake pressure you need over each four wheel in order to maintain control over the vehicle and brake in a straight line. All that went on in a split second. You don't know anything, you can't tell the difference while you're driving it. It just makes you feel like you're a race car driver. And everybody's fine. Now, you get to your destination and you're in the parking lot. And the car is still on, and one of the kids asked you something or dropped something or spilled something in the back, and you weren't paying attention, and you go to reach back to try to see what was going on, and your foot accidentally hits the gas pedal and the brake pedal at the same time. Well, everybody has heard about the problems Toyota had a couple of years ago about vehicles accelerating on their own and not stopping when you press the gas pedal. Well, Toyota nipped that in the bud with their smart stop technology. Anytime the gas pedal and the brake pedal are depressed at the same time, the brake pedal will automatically override the gas pedal. You cannot move that vehicle forward while you have the brake pedal depressed. If you don't believe me, get in any one of the new Toyota vehicles right now on the lot, put it in drive, and step on the brake and from gas pedal at the same time, and prove it yourself. That is your smart stop technology. Now, if you have your family in this van, tell me, do you think it's worth to pay a little bit more to have the Star Safety System to help protect your family?
Yes.
Better yet, another question you should ask yourself, why would you not have your family in a Sienna van? Why would you go at the competition? No one else offers anything like that. That might be a question you ask your customers whenever they want to shop it against a Honda Odyssey or a Town & Country or a Caravan. Bring up that scenario to them and see what their reaction will be to it. Now, when we step away, we'll look at the vehicle again. Have to stop a second. I like how the vehicle looks and just admiring it. But one thing I want to tell you that they've also done, they've added 142 spot welds to this vehicle. The reason why they did that, they made the frame stiffer so it would improve the ride quality, the handling, and the quietness of the interior. You will definitely notice this whenever you get in this minivan and drive it. It is a lot tighter feeling than the previous model. I'll go ahead and go to the interior here. Some of the other features that is actually that they've upgraded in the Sienna this year is Toyota paid attention to the critics. When you look at this vehicle here, a lot of people complained about how you had hard plastic, rough edges all over the place. It just didn't look like quality. Well, Toyota paid a whole lot of attention to that, and that's where most of your upgrades and improvements have come in the 2015 Sienna van. I know all of y'all can't see this, but when you look inside this van here, you'll actually see it looks almost like a sports sedan dash. You have soft touch texture on all the panels that your hands are going to touch. Even your dials, whenever you're moving, the vents and stuff have a softer feel to them instead of that hard plastic. Toyota paid a lot of attention to that. Now, since we're at the front of the vehicle, I'm going to mention something about airbags. Toyota has 8 standard airbags on their van. That is class leading. No other minivan in its class has that many airbags in it. You're going to have your dual stage front airbags, and then you're also going to have your driver's side knee airbag. You have your driver's side and front passenger side airbag. And new for 2015, what makes up the eighth airbag in the system, is you actually have a seat cushion airbag for the front passenger. Then you also have your standard side curtain airbags that covers the second and third row, as well as the front passenger. So you have all that protection. But, you know what, that sounds good, you have all those airbags, but what good are the airbags if the airbags don't work properly because your body isn't in the right position for the airbags to do their job? Everybody has seen videos of crash dummies running into the wall and the bodies go each and everywhere except hitting the airbags. Well, Toyota fixed that situation. There's a real easy solution. and this is something a lot of customers do not hear about. It's called pre-tensioners and force limiters. What that's going to do, let's say you get into a front end collision. As soon as that impact happens, what's going to happen is your pre-tensioners are going to cinch up the seatbelt to help move your body to get it in position so it's in line so the airbags can do what they need to do. Then you also have your force limiters that's going to help prevent you from going forward and going into the dash or your head going through the windshield. All those work in a split second. How many other car companies have that? And if they do have it, how many other salespeople are actually letting their customers know that? You can set yourself apart from everybody else by just letting them know about that. It's a big deal. Toyota's always looking out for your safety. I'll go ahead and open this up. Right here, I'm going to go ahead and start on the second row here. You have 23 inches of travel forward and back on this seat here. You can also pull this lever, make it where it's very easy to get in and out of the van. Some of the features you're going to have inside of it, especially on this model here, the SE Premium, is you're going to have this 16.4-inch dual view screen here for the kids to be entertained while you all are on your trips. Now you also have a Blu-ray player in this vehicle, so you can actually watch your Blu-ray videos on here, or you can even plug up a gaming system if they have an Xbox One or anything. Keep the kids entertained back here while you all hold your adult conversation up front. Some of the other technology that you're going to have on the Sienna van, Bluetooth wireless technology and backup camera is standard on all Sienna vans. No other car company can say that about their van. Toyota is thinking about your safety, and they want to make sure you stay connected to the outside world as well. So one thing they did is they actually redesigned the system here, and if you notice, it's going to look pretty similar to how it is in the Avalon. You get a bigger screen. You actually have a 4.2-inch LCD display between your speedometer and your tachometer. What they did is they moved that from the center stack where it used to be and put it in front of the driver. So now you don't have to take your eyes off the road and look to the side to see some information. You have it right there in front of you. They even show you radio stations, any other pertinent information you need to view. When you sit in the driver's seat, you're also going to notice too, whenever you sit into the seat, it's easier to reach all the controls. What Toyota did is like the furthest control, like your temperature control here for the rear passenger, it's been moved 3 inches closer to the driver to make it easier for them to use all those features. Those are little things customers don't know about, but yet they appreciate whenever they get into the vehicle and they sit into it. It feels like you're in a sports sedan. Now, some of the other features that they have that I'll just hit on briefly is going to be your Intune app suite. What that does is it basically lets you use your cell phone to access some of the pre-installed apps on there, which is going to be your Yelp, it's going to be your iHeartRadio, Pandora, Facebook Places, MovieTickets.com, and OpenTable. Those are just a couple of features that you have on there. You also have some other advanced safety features on there, which is going to give you your blind side alert, your pre-collision alert. You also have dynamic radar cruise control. That's just some of the technology that's actually available in the Sienna minivan here. We'll go ahead and close the door here. You can actually see what's going on. Oh, and you notice the door didn't crush my arm. Toyota's always looking out after my safety here. I'm sure that's a feature people are going to really like because you know you got kids, sometimes they're running around, not paying attention. Well, you don't have to worry about the door chopping their fingers off or breaking their arms. Yeah, I barely felt anything on my arm and it closed right up. I'm going to go ahead and move to the back of the vehicle now. I didn't spend a whole lot of time back here, but if you do have customers that's going to ask you, what's the size of the fuel tank? Well, the size of the fuel tank is 20.9 gallons if they ask you. Most people aren't going to care about that, but just to sound intelligent, if they ask you, you know the answer to it right away. On all the Sienna models, or all the front wheel drive models, plus the LE all-wheel drive, have the ability to tow 3,500 pounds behind it. One really handy feature back here too is your third row seats. They are very easy to operate to fold them into the back of the vehicle. I'm going to show you how to do it with my left hand. I'm right-handed. It only takes one hand to do the whole operation. And it's this trick. You just pull it down, push it down, that easy. Some of the other minivans might have that feature, but can they do it with just one hand and that easily? And it's just as easily to put it back up. One, grab this strap here, pull it up, there you go. If some of y'all can see back here, you also see that this is actually an 8-passenger van. You got your third row seat sitting right here in the back, or your middle seat sitting here in the back, stowed out of the way, so you have all kinds of cargo space. Speaking of cargo space, the amount of cargo space you're going to have in here, it's a lot. But if you really want the numbers, behind the front seats, you have 150 cubic feet of cargo space. If you need the second row, you have 87.1 feet of cargo space. If you need the third row, you still have 39.1 feet of cargo space back there. I think that's going to be plenty for anything that you need it for. Well, I'm going to go ahead and come to a conclusion on this, but before I do this, I want to tell you about the Toyota warranty on the vehicle. You're going to have your basic 3-year, 36,000-mile bumper-to-bumper warranty with your 5-year, 60,000-mile powertrain warranty. Now, you're also going to get Toyota Care as well, which is going to provide you with 2 years or 25,000 miles of free oil changes, tire rotations, and multi-point inspections. And with the added benefit of buying the vehicle from us here at Desert Sun, we also offer you a lifetime powertrain warranty on the vehicle as well. And on certain models of the Sienna van, your limited and your limited premium, you also have the ability to add Safety Connect to it. And that's another feature Toyota has. It's similar to GM, but not up to the same level of it, but it will still offer you safety and everything else that you need. Now, J.D. Powers said that the 2015 Sienna minivan was the most reliable minivan in the market. Now, like I said before, all of you all know I really love the Sienna van. And if I had to have a minivan, hands down, this would be it. The only changes I would do to it is I think it needs about 400 horsepower. It needs all-wheel drive available on there, so I can go around and play with muscle cars and still have my family in there with safety. There's a reason why they call this van the Swagger Wagon. Once you've been in this van, you've had some customers or some friends in it with you. Whenever you get out of the van and you see how impressed they are with it, you are going to have a little bit of swag in your walk when you walk away from it. That's my presentation on the 2015 Sienna minivan.